In this video, we'll be comparing the Tecno Camon 20 Pro 5G to the Samsung Galaxy A54. Both of these devices are mid-range devices that were announced this year, probably months apart. 1 or 2 months, because the Samsung Galaxy A54 was announced in the month of March, whereas the Camon 20 Pro 5G was announced in the month of May. Before I move into the specification and differences of both devices, let's look at the price these devices come with. The Tecno Camon 20 Pro 5G for the 256GB and 8GB of RAM comes with a price point of 3,150 Ghana cedis. And with the Samsung Galaxy A54 for 128GB and 4GB of RAM, you're going to get it for 4,899 Ghana cedis. If you want to go higher, you could spend as much as 5,499 Ghana cedis or 256GB and 8GB of RAM. Let's start comparing these two devices. When you put the device side by side, you realize that the Tecno is having a much more premium and exciting design overall. The Samsung Galaxy, on the other hand, is having a much more minimal design, which gives it a bit of a minimalistic look from the rear. Now, talking about the rear of the Tecno Camon 20 Pro 5G is made up of leather. And that gives it a major advantage over the Samsung Galaxy A54, as the Samsung Galaxy A54 is made of a plastic material that feels like glass but could break and also have fingerprint smudges all over it, which might be uncomfortable sometimes. So in general, the leather finish on the Tecno Camon 20 Pro 5G has a much more durable design and build than what we have on the Samsung Galaxy A54. There's a triple rear camera setup going on the Tecno Camon 20 Pro 5G, but you might not notice the third camera if you don't take a critical look at the quad flash on the device, because the third camera is embedded right in there. Samsung is also giving us a triple rear camera setup, which is in a vertical format, and in addition to it, you can see the light right at the rear side of the device. One major difference to note on both devices is the fact that the Samsung Galaxy A54 does not come with support for wired headphones that use the 3.5mm headphone jack. Tecno, on the other hand, is giving you the chance to use a 3.5mm headphone jack, which they actually include in the box when you buy the device, and it's a great addition because you barely see any of these in 2023. Wrapping up with the build and design, the devices come with a 6-inch design, but the Tecno is much wider and a bit taller than the Samsung Galaxy A54 because it comes at a whooping 6.6 inches, whereas the Samsung Galaxy comes at a 6.4 inch. Let's take a look at the display. The display on both devices are made of AMOLED displays, and they do extremely well when you're outdoors because both of them have an amazing net of peak brightness. So if you're outdoors, you don't need to worry about the intensity of the sunlight, as they do extremely well when you're viewing content, especially when you're outdoors. Both displays comes with 120 Hz, and you can stream content of up to 1080p on both devices. You could go as high as 2K on both devices as well, especially with certain YouTube content that have 2K resolution. Both devices come with an under display fingerprint scanner, so you do have that option there as well. I would have actually preferred both devices to have their fingerprint sensors on the power button, but this actually makes it or gives it a much more premium look, because this is something you rarely see on mid-range devices. Instead, they do happen on flagship devices, so it's a great addition. Although the Tecno is slightly faster than the Samsung Galaxy A54, so you should bear that in mind. Not forgetting, the bezels on the Samsung Galaxy A54 are a bit thicker than what you'd get on the Tecno Camon 20 Pro 5G, again adding to the premium look for the Tecno Camon 20 Pro 5G, so you should bear that in mind too as well if you're somebody who cares about bezels. Let's talk about platform and OS for both devices. The Tecno Camon 20 Pro 5G comes with iOS 13 and Android 13 right out of the box. I know the most repetitive question I get a lot whenever I talk about Tecno devices is, how far with the bloatware on this device? And to be very honest, this time around, the bloatware present on the device has been very minimal. And most of the ones there could be ones you could either uninstall, or in case the notifications from them are bothering you, you could just toggle them off if you know your way around the Android operating system. Samsung, on the other hand, comes with One UI 5.1 and Android 13 right out of the box. Now, when it comes to the powerhouse of these devices, the Tecno Camon 20 Pro 5G is powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 8050 chipset, which is a 5G enabled chipset. Hence, the 5G attached to the name of the Camon 20 Pro 5G, because of course it does have support for 5G. Samsung, on the other hand, also comes with a 5G enabled chipset, which is its Exynos 1380 chipset. It's actually a 5nm chipset, which means its chipset is slightly smaller than a Tecno Camon 20 Pro 5G. Now, when it comes to performance, these two devices do extremely well. Although I realized that after gaming on the same number of hours with both devices, the Samsung Galaxy A54 tends to get slightly hotter than the Tecno Camon 20 Pro 5G, which gives the Tecno Camon 20 Pro 5G a much more better performance rating than the Samsung Galaxy A54. The Tecno Camon 20 Pro comes with one storage variant, which is 256GB, and I made mention of that earlier on in the video, and it comes coupled with 8 gigs of RAM, which could be boosted to 16GB, which means you could add 8GB of software memory to it to have 16GB. Samsung on the other hand comes with 4 gigs of RAM, which could also be boosted to add to 8 gigs of RAM if you use RAM Plus, which is how Samsung calls it. Now let's talk about cameras. The Tecno Camon 20 Pro 5G comes with a 64 megapixel RGBW lens. Now, it's an optical image stabilization sensor, so when you're taking videos, the video footages are very stable. And when you're taking pictures or even night images as well, it tries to preserve all the colors in there to give you that punchy, very vibrant and detailed images from the Tecno Camon 20 Pro 5G. The Samsung Galaxy A54 on the other hand comes with a whopping 50 megapixel main camera lens, which also has optical image stabilization. So when you're also taking videos with this camera, it's quite stable as well. Both devices come with 5000 mAh battery capacity, but I've noticed that it takes long for the Camon 20 Pro 5G to drain as compared to the Samsung Galaxy A54. But do bear in mind that these two devices come with USB Type-C support, except for the fact that the Samsung Galaxy A54 is limited to 25 watts fast charging, whereas the Camon 20 Pro 5G is having a whooping 33 watts fast charging. And so that means that the Camon 20 Pro 5G would charge a bit faster than the Samsung Galaxy A54. I'll end the video with the fact that these two devices come with stereo speakers, which sound amazingly great. So let me know what you think about these devices after the comparison in the comment section. Let me know which one you'd want to get in the comment section. And as always, we go talk more, Charlie.